Couple things. First, I'd like to address that Luke, without getting too in detail, as you know, I can't what's going on with him, but he is responsive, and that's what I was just updated with. Okay. Second thing is thanks to the fans. I appreciate. We really felt their energy pulling in the stadium tonight. They stayed. We always got to make it dramatic, and again, I appreciate our team and their effort, and our coaching staff and their effort. And we absolutely knew coming into this game that it was going to be a tough game. And the first thing I told our team last Monday was I read off scores from a year ago, and we were in a similar situation to them. And I know Barry and the way he coaches and the guys on their staff, and they had 2 weeks to prepare and get better, and they played an exceptional game, and I want to credit them. So that's the first thing, and I want to credit our team with finding ways to win and responding to adversity. Big plays happening, and we'll get those things cleaned up. They did a nice job. They put us in some situations where they put us in a bind, and that created some. We know some of the issues very, very clearly, very easy in some regards to fix. You just know the problems, the matchup problems that they were getting. But they did a very good job, and I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of our fight and our effort. This bye comes at a perfect time for us. We absolutely need it at this point. They played their hearts out for 6 straight weeks, and it's a good opportunity for us to catch our breath there for a minute. Okay. Yeah, I think that was very scary for all of us because nobody likes to see that, and our team was definitely a little bit shook. But once we kind of figured out what it was, at least it was better than some other things that could have been going on, I guess, without getting into it.
Mark, why did you opt to kick the field goal there instead of go for the 4th?
Because it was a tie game. Right? I'm sorry. The 52-yarder you were talking about, the 4th and 2.
Yeah.
I had to. I was tempting, but I had to do it because that team can move the football, and 3 points. For the very reason they got it down there. You had to get in the end zone makes a big difference with no timeouts, and we know they can go fast, and we obviously saw how explosive they can be. So I just felt like we had to do it. It was tempting, but not at 2. If it was 4th and 1, then you may make them try to drive the length of the field if you don't make it. But, I think 6 was big, and you had to make them, score the touchdown.
Mark, did you see what was happening at all before that final Missouri play? It seemed like the ball took a long time to be placed, or someone may have dropped it. What was kind of going on that last
At the end there? I don't know what was going on.
Mark, did you learn anything new about your kids? Because, at some point they were in control of this game, completely lost momentum, and then still found another gear in the 4th quarter, and sometimes it always doesn't go your all's way.
Oh, that's right. But we've seen that from our team this year. We haven't been perfect. We lost one. But you've seen us fight back from adversity, and that's the way this team's built right now. It's going to be tough, hard-fought games. And that's the way most of this league is. Y'all see it. Y'all see take a look around. I mean, it's tough. And so I'm just proud of the way our team fights back from some tough situations. And most of our games are going to be 60-minute games.
Mark, can you talk about the fake punt? Whose call was that, and what did you see that prompted that decision?
Yeah, it was Dean. Dean. Luckily, your gut was right again, but I was hesitant, and he said, "What do you think?" And I said, "Do it," and it worked. So that was big. It was a big play in the game. Pardon me? No. That was between Dean and I. So,
Can you talk about the record offense set tonight?
Yeah, just proud of him. Just so proud of him. And what about the 53-yarder he made again? In a tie game, that was a big kick, and he's meant a lot to our program and been steady, and I wouldn't trade him.
Mark, was there a common theme on that deep balls that they had going tonight, or was it?
No, it was a few things. They were putting some stress on us, as you could tell. When we were rolling up in the corner, that was creating some of the big plays down the middle, and the one that they hit. through the middle there on number 3 vertical, and then when we were playing different coverages where we were soft cornered, they ran by us a couple times. So, they put that stress on you, and the one in the long one that they hit up the chute there, they were doing something that put a little stress on our back side, and anyway, I'm getting too technical. We had to take another man out of the rush, and that wasn't good in that situation because he had too much time to throw it.
Mark, it seems like you guys had a lot of guys banged up today, and I know going into this you did. Does this bye come at the perfect time for you guys?
Absolutely, yeah, we do. The guys have really worked hard. We've been in 6 stressful games, and they've worked hard during the week. We've had some hot weeks here lately in practice, and the guys have really worked hard, and they definitely need a little time here this week, mentally as much as anything.
Even through 36 times tonight, what do you think of the way you played?
Really, really tough. I saw him picking himself up off the field several times, and I saw him have tough runs at times, and just doing what he had to do, and really, played some very good football and put us in a position once again to win the game.
Mark, what goes through a head coach's mind when he sees his starting quarterback trying to leap over a guy?
I was all for it at that point, so, yeah. But he's so coachable and so good, because in a game like that, we know every first down, every yard that matters. And when he pulled it earlier and he slid, and I was like, hey, now it was, don't leave us with 2nd and 2 or 3rd and 2. Go get that. And he did. The next time he went all out, and that's what you have to love about him.
Mark, your defense gave up the big plays. Somewhat, your offense anchored with some big plays of its own.
Yeah.
How nice was that for you to see some of those big plays on your side?
It was beautiful, to see, that the offense respond. And as I've said in here, and you all have heard me, and you could quote me, that we, the strength of our team is our team, and that's not coach speak BS. That's the truth. We do what we have to do to win games. One week, maybe all 3 sides aren't hitting on all cylinders. Tonight, if we didn't have the big offensive plays and they didn't score points, we wouldn't have won the game. And so, in other times, other games, the defense had to step up, or special teams, and we're all in this together. It's a great group. We're far from perfect, but we definitely play for each other and believe in each other, and that's good to see.
Mark, in your coaching career, have you ever seen a quarterback dramatically improve so much in the passing game than what Steven was last year to what he is right now?
Well, I think there's so many pieces to it. There's so many components to it, that has to, be right. And it starts with protection. It starts with guys running the right routes, making catches for them. Sometimes you got to make competitive catches. Again, we all watch football. Sometimes guys are covered and receivers got to make plays for them. You can't constantly diagram beautiful, clean plays. You got to make competitive plays. You got to get open. You got to win. You got to beat somebody. And so I think overall, he's definitely improved, but I definitely think around him has improved as well.
To jump off sides 5 or 6 times to the hard count tonight. Was that something you guys have worked on specifically for Missouri, or just to get people to stop biting?
No, we just work it when we feel like they're over aggressive, and it certainly worked a few times, and we were very close on a couple other ones.
Well, have you been around or coached teams that have that, just they found ways to win? And is that something that grows from week to week, that they get confidence that whatever happens, we're going to find a way to win this game?
It definitely does. I think, I've said it as well, that we're not a fragile football team. They can handle adversity, and we're going to work on our mistakes, but we'll keep on finding ways to win. And there's not many football teams that go through the season that don't win somehow some close games. Now, we don't need to do it every week like we're doing, but I'd like to have one that you could breathe a little bit, but it shows a lot of character.
Mark, it looked like when you put Trey Jackson in the center, I think he stayed pretty much. What is he doing that you guys like so much? Is that his spot?
Well, I saw him in there, but I wasn't really paying attention to the rotation, so I'll have to wait and watch the film and see how many plays everybody played. But, we've said he's been building and playing better. And I told you Monday that we'd have an 8-man rotation and he'd play some, so I'm not exactly sure how the numbers all worked out. But he's playing good football, and that's helping us. And it's helping us play some other guys at guard, move Bunchy to guard a little bit. And Nick's wore down and needs a little time here to get healthy.
Is there a game where we're going to be able to relax the whole game?
I don't know.
Can you talk about a little bit as far as what the coaching staff has done to make this team so resilient and be able to just not quit?
Honestly, I think it comes from, as I said last week, it comes from a lot of years of doing things and building things. And, with the help of the leadership and the gentleman sitting quietly in the corner right there, Jason Cummings, and leadership and character is developed. Just like strength is developed. And Jason does a wonderful job with myself, the staff, and the players and our leaders. The team is now led by players, and when you do that, you got a chance. And our team is fun to coach, and I think Jason deserves a big part of that and does a wonderful job, and our leaders have done a good job.
Any updates on Westry and Pringle and their seriousness of their injuries?
I really don't. No.
Mark, with the toughness you guys and your kids are now showing, is this the kind of team, if your father was watching, he'd say, hey, this is
Yeah.
really, really good?
It would be. And, ironically, you asked that question. My old high school coach, he's legendary, Don Butchie. He was the head coach that my father worked for 30 years. And he was tough as nails. He's not in here now, but he is tougher than nails. This is, you're going to think I'm exaggerating. I'm going to pull a Mike Leach right now and randomly just talk, okay, man? But Don Butchie, he's here, and my father worked for him for 30 years as his defensive coordinator. And Coach Butchie is one of the most disciplined, hard-working, tough coaches you'd ever been around. The honest-to-God truth, we'd practice for 3.5 hours a night, and it'd be pitch dark, and people would put their headlights on, and that's no exaggeration. You ask anybody that went to my school, that's just the way it was. And he just have a lot of respect for him. And tonight was his first game here, and so I just saw him walking off the field. And but glad to have Coach here, and I wish my father was with him, but I'm sure he's got a good seat up there. But yeah, he'd be very proud.
Can you remember a time in your career where you've had 3 games go down to the final play at home? 3. I mean, it just happens every week.
I know. Poor Hart. Yeah.